Back up. Yeah. All right, we're here. Finally, we are back. I haven't done a podcast in a month. I've had internet issues, followed by my busiest 2 weeks of the year. And I'm glad we have Jared to talk NFL football, and NFL football with a touch of college.
That's all I'm
Jared,
talking about.
we're gonna talk maybe some movies too.
I
Jared,
just feel like. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was thinking you're ex-Miami football, Hurricane player, Cardinal player, but you're also hosting at the All-Star NBA All-Star game, or what are you doing
Yeah,
there?
yeah. I'm gonna do some hosting there, man. I'm gonna be doing some man on the street stuff, working with a cool company called Sports Illustrated, and you'll be seeing that
Who?
content pretty soon. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the Sports Illustrated.
The swimsuit. I'm doing naked swimsuit.
I was
Sketch
gonna
campus
ask,
naked.
can I
Yeah, I'm
see
just
you?
wearing
Yes.
a bikini.
Yeah, because you know how they do like the all bodies are beautiful type. I hope you'd be on that one.
I wonder if you do that. Are you supposed to flex? Are you supposed to let it go? Like, are you supposed to
Yeah,
squeeze it in and like show abs, or you let like just all bodies are beautiful?
you let it go. Yeah, you got full let it go.
Oh man, I mean, I guess the photographer's really good, but I would prefer not to have my fat fully. I don't even. I'm a natural. I'm a natural. As soon as I take my shirt off, I flex. Even if it's like at the doctor's office, I
Yeah.
flex up. I'm not going to ever let my skin touch air and my belly be released unless I'm sleeping.
What about the meat then? Is that sort of like a similar thing? Like you're always ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say I'm never pulling out baby dick. Baby dick will never be pulled out. It can only catch baby dick in a tense sleep. All right, that's it. You're not catching it ever out exposed, not at least lukewarm.
Is that like the at the Cardinal Stadium? Why is that guy beating his meat at the urinal? What is happening? Security.
I mean, Jesus, Fraser, you looking at guys at the urinal? I thought that was a private place. So, the rule are for any women watch this. The rule is in a bathroom stall, you keep your neck at 90 degrees. That's the rules. That's the rules. And so, if anyone, Fraser, if you're out there sleep watching, let the podcast know, man. That's what we're doing here.
I'm just saying, if I walk into the bathroom, all of a sudden I see some guy's arm just rapidly going, I'm going to catch it in my peripherals.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. If you walk in the bathroom, you see somebody's arm going at it, you probably should wait and go find another bathroom.
Yeah,
That's not the place you. Even in an emergency, you got to really think that one through.
that's true. Um, you've hosted with Jamie Foxx before, haven't you? Like at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, did you just look at my Wikipedia page and you know what we're doing? I wasn't at the Super Bowl. I did upfronts when I was with Yahoo Sports with Jamie Foxx and Larry Fitzgerald. I did one with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold actually follows me on Instagram. And
Oh.
so we got to make sure we say only positive stuff about Sam Darnold. If you
Mm-hmm.
recall, I called Sam Darnold being good this year. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah, there's that. There's that.
How long were you on, like, sharing the stage with Jamie Foxx? Was it like an all-day thing or just like a couple hours?
You get Jamie Foxx for all day is like
Oh,
two
yeah,
five
sure.
2.5 million. Jamie came in. He did a one take. Everybody else was prepping, so I did the most lines. So I was pairing, and then Jamie came in, and then like maybe like I would say about there for about 2 hours, 3 hours. He got up out of
Okay.
there.
Did you like chat
Yeah,
with him, or was he kind of just like, "Hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Cool. Moving on."
yeah. We talked for a little bit. He likes talking
Okay.
sports. He'll drop everything. He wanted to. If you get in Jordan LeBron argument, he'd be like, "Cancel my meetings." That's the thing. Jordan LeBron arguments take priority over a lot of things, man. You might you might miss the birth of your child and you get a right argument with somebody talking some nonsense about Jordan LeBron.
Speaking of Jordan LeBron, fucking Calais. So Calais, Jared's brother, he's the nicest human being on earth, as everyone probably knows. But if you talk to him about like, hey, could you be a professional boxer, basketball player? He's got that supreme confidence that I guess the best of the best have. Like that's what pros are. That yes, he could be anything. And sure enough, the Athletic just wrote an article saying he's football's LeBron. So that's not going to help. Not like he has an
You,
ego, but you know.
you read the article?
I didn't read it. I just saw
It,
the
it was it
headline.
was it was behind a paywall, so I don't know what it was talking about. Maybe that was just a
Yeah.
catchy clickbait headline. It probably was like, yeah, actually, we just capping.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I should be paying for the athletic, but I'm not. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That should be on like the bankroll, right? Like pay for athletic, class, anything he's in, you get. But all right. One last interview thing. Didn't you interview? I was thinking about this because the Jamie Foxx thing. Didn't you interview Kobe at one point?
I interviewed Kobe in person in 2018, which
When
is
did he die?
crazy. He
18 or
died in
19?
2000. He died in 2020. He was the start of all the bad stuff that happened in 2020.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Kobe was one of my favorite interviews. I remember we went down to help him. He was doing like a charity event in Orange County, so we drove down to help. And the publicist was like, "Hey, don't do anything funny. Kobe takes it serious. He doesn't joke. So you just stick straight to the questions." And I'm like, "Yo, my brand is humor." And so I was like, "All right, I'm gonna just try to be serious." And I was like, "Nah, fuck, I'm gonna try a little joke with Kobe." And he played right along with it. And then they was ready for humor, but I didn't prepare any humor because the damn PR person was like, "Don't you think about it?" And it was like, "Kobe's doing, you guys are blessed by doing this." And so in hindsight, I wish I could have been Cabby. I'd have been the most famous Canadian comedian if I would just went for it, and I didn't. So yeah,
Cabby was so good.
I'm better than Cabby, bro.
You are
I hope
better.
Cabby watches the show. I'm better than Cabby.
But that show was like 20 years old. I remember living in Canada watching Cabby, and that was like 2001. It was
Cabby's a great guy. I'm not saying Cabby's not great. I'm just saying Cabby had access to Kobe, and that's what got him pole vaulted into success. All right.
Oh, that's right. He had like his big thing with Kobe. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot he always had like good Kobe interactions.
No, nobody got it from Kobe. Kobe never humor with anybody besides Cabby.
Yeah.
Speaking of Canadians, I'm changing this. I know you have a whole thing for the interview. I was thinking that Canadians have been doing well in basketball. You were like, they were going to be good in the Olympic Games, and they sucked. And then I just saw the stat yesterday that was crazy. SGA is the first Canadian to score 50 points in a game.
Yeah, we only have like Wiggins and Steve Nash, and like now now Benedict Mathurin, he's leading his team in points. RJ Barrett's top 2 in his team in points. Shaden Sharp top 2, or I think he's first in his team in points.
Are these the guys you're naming? And every one of those guys you got to Wikipedia. Like you got to Google to figure out who you're talking about. None of those are household names. Now,
it's only their second year. It's only their second year. We're on the come up.
Steve Nash is a 2-time MVP and never had a 50-point game.
He was an assist guy. Who really had back when he played? Who really had 50-point games? Does Tim Duncan have a 50-point game?
What do you mean? Go look up the list. Wilt Chamberlain's on there 77 times.
Well, that's people used to thrive.
No, people used to thrive for 50-point games. Kobe, majority of the 50-point games are actually like pre-1999.
I don't know if that's true.
Just admit it. Canadians are trash at basketball, except for SGA. Yeah.
Dylan Brooks not as good.
Dylan
as
Brooks
America.
Trash. Andrew Wiggins trash. Sheldon Sharp is like he's one of those guys that like he's Blake Bortles of the NBA. Like his team is getting blown out, but he's still getting 3-point.
He's good. Shaden Sharp's gonna be legit.
All right. I'm poking fun. I take it there's a lot of people that watch this podcast that the people who are Canadian. So I'm kind of just trying to get them riled up.
Oh, that's fine. I like it. This is bulletin board material for when we go to next Olympics. And Zach Edey.
Zach Edey's your guy? Zach Edey?
We're missing size. We just need size, and then we're good.
I also just found out Elon Musk is a Canadian. If you don't claim him,
man. He's like partial.
Yeah, you know that?
I was till he started doing like Hitler salutes and stuff. Now I like him more. So
if you didn't, that was him saying "from my heart to yours." He did a sound effect with it. I was like, "Oh, that's really a gesture. When you make a sound effect, that's intentional." But sorry,
it's weird because like I would be like, you hold your heart with 2 hands and like do a 2-hand, but he's just like a 1-hander. Pow.
Well, this is my thought theory, and I know we're changing the subject forever, but I just had to. If you're the richest man in the world and you decide you want to do a Nazi salute at the presidential inauguration, why walk it back? You've already made the decision that I give no fucks. Why are you going to start giving fucks now? Why don't you be like, yep, and so, like what? Come sue me. And he's not going to do it. And so that's just where the point was like, I guess being the richest man in the world has no perks, huh?
Yeah, I agree. You should just be able to do whatever you want. Maybe he was out there dropping like N-bombs or something.
Finally. If you're going to do it. There's no, if he was like, yo, nigga, and everybody was like, what? And he was like, actually, I was talking about the country in Africa, Niger. And I was like, that's not how it works.
And he's like, and I'm South African, so.
Yeah. Either way, I just feel like if you're going to do it, Elon, I hope Elon sees this. Like, I know he's like Trump, he's just watching random shit about his name.
Yeah.
Stand on it, man. Stand and say it with your chest. Nazi hell Hitler with your chest out, man. Do it if you're going to do it.
That's true. Well, I was going to talk movies, but I feel like we got to get in the NFL. Or we can get into movies if you want.
No, you were trying to showcase all the things I've done in my history. You're like, hey, you had a movie you were in, right? You were in FX Elite, right?
Yeah, weren't you in Inception? I loved you in that.
I was in Inception. Was it? Yeah, no, there was no black people in Inception. Is that crazy?
Oh,
Inception.
That's so odd.
Yeah.
They just didn't want them in the future. Like, what is that about?
I think in dreams, I'm this is my thought process. When white people dream, all the black people go away. And then it was like three steps in the dream. So like, why would you have a black guy in your like deep subconscious unless you're Fraser?
Yeah. And what about even what's the other movie we love where they go to space? Similar.
No, no, no. They have
One of your
multiple
favorite movies
black
of all
people.
time?
They have multiple black people in Interstellar. I wouldn't let my favorite movie of all time not be black people. Okay.
Who was Black in Interstellar?
The doctor who works on quantum mechanics and gets killed by the robot that Matt
Oh yeah,
Damon
yeah,
was
yeah.
is
That's right.
black. He's the smartest one in the movie as well because he's good, which is a good representation. And the principal of Murph School is black. He's also that's the same guy who played Martin Luther King in Selma. So yeah, that's
Oh,
two. That's two in the greatest
I
movie ever.
like.
Now the movie is 3.5 hours long, so I feel like three
Mm.
should have been in there. But you know,
Mm.
I wasn't famous yet. I feel like if we do Interstellar two, he probably gonna
Yeah.
put me in it.
Is that the quota you'd like to see per hour? One black person per hour in a
I
movie?
mean, yes, and I mean, I get it. First of all, it should be way more, like obviously, but I get it. If you got to realize Christopher Nolan's in his 50s, a white guy from the UK.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I get it. He grew up where it was like, hey, just getting one of them in is accomplishment. But overall, I feel like if we're being honest, like name me a good movie that doesn't have at least one black person that's like nice.
Uh,
Name me a good movie without no black people. Think about it.
I
Go through the top ones. Shawshank Redemption. Think about that. Think about that.
You sound like like me defending basketball players. Like name a basketball. Like, yeah, I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
let's be honest. Is Jim Carrey the greatest Canadian of all time?
I don't know about Canadian of all time, but he's up there.
Drake took, I'd say Canadians took 40 steps back with Drake. Drake literally was like, to turn a rap battle into a legal battle is such a Canadian thing.
Uh,
It's such a Canadian thing.
that was weak. Yeah, that was pretty weak. Why?
That's like
Like,
getting your ass, you're like, you're going to hear from my lawyer.
that was probably like the whitest thing he could ever do. It's not even Canadian. You're so right. That's too
I hope
good.
he wins, though. I hope he wins. I hope he just gets like a major settlement, so it just goes down in history that Drake lost a rap battle and made $3 billion from UMG.
Whatever happened? Didn't someone die at his mansion or get shot? Whatever happened to that? That story just like went under the rug.
I think it was the weekend. The weekend guy got shot and like
Oh, okay.
died. Yeah.
Jeez. Huh.
Canada got beef, man.
Yeah,
Are there
apparently.
gangs? Are there any gangs in your neighborhood?
Not in my neighborhood, but like Hell's Angels was always like a big Canadian one, but that was like before Hispanic and like Asian
Black
gangs
people
took
got
over.
there. I
And
mean, they have
black.
Asian gangs
Oh
and
yeah, there's huge Asian gangs and Indian gangs too, like East India.
no
Hmm.
way.
Well, in Vancouver, yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
Vancouver, I heard this is the interesting part because you're Kamloops, right?
Kamloops, but Karmaloops
Kamloops.
works. Karmaloops. I like Karmaloops better.
The fact that I knew at least the enunciation or
Loops?
some of it was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Is next to Vancouver. Vancouver, I heard, interestingly enough, is
Hmm.
one of the places that has the most foreign bought homes because it's a huge money laundering
Yeah,
city. So
I
you're
can
telling me
see
there's
that.
no gang violence in a money laundering city? This is
That's
bullshit.
what I'm saying. I said there is like all the Asians and Indian gangs there.
Have you ever been shot at?
No, have you?
Not even in Mexico? I've been shot at. Yeah.
What?
Come on, bro. I'm black in America,
You've
man.
not been shot at. This is a lie.
I've been shot at.
When? Where?
In high school, we were throwing a party. Wasn't a party. We just had a bunch. I got a bunch of brothers, and we had all the finest girls in Aurora there. And it was too many fine girls. It was like three bad bitches for every one of us. And
Ooh.
one of the girls was like, "Can I invite my cousin?" And one of my like homeboys that we call like family was like, "Go ahead." And then they got there, and it was like 20 dudes and all like Crips. And my brother Kerry and Rob was like, "Nah, man, this ain't a party, man. We just hanging out." He was like, "What? We want to get in." And they were so fine. These girls were so fine that the men stood outside for like an hour. And I guess one of them lost it. We was too busy looking at bad bitches. One of them was like, "Man, we're going in this motherfucker." And they tried to fight somebody outside. And then next thing you know, dudes started shooting, pop, 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 at the whole house. Pop, pop, pop.
Jesus.
You can just hear bullets, and then you go outside. It's like 30 bullets inside the house. Surprisingly, none of the bad bitches got shot. Nobody
Did
got
they?
shot.
I was gonna say, yeah. Anyone get shot? Oh my god.
No, nobody, man. I think God protects good people and bad bitches are protected under the shield of God. That's why when I say you seen a real fine woman get shot, they don't.
No, they don't get shot.
They die. They died from like
Ooh.
plane crashes and shit.
What about what's it? Tory Lanez, didn't he shoot his girlfriend? That was one time. She got shot in the leg, right?
I mean, that's one of the few things with being Canadian. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything public. You can never disrespect, but there's a gray area in that shooting, right? I think Tory Lanez he's in prison for being corny. I don't know if he necessarily. I think it was a very drunken night is why I should have. Because if you're gonna shoot somebody, you wouldn't shoot him in the foot, would you?
No, it was a weird place to shoot. That's also
Pinky
like
toe.
the Chris Brown Rihanna thing. I always like that was always an interesting like what happened. You know?
Yeah, that one was bad. I think the pictures were worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, she was bruised up and beat up, but no one ever
Hmm.
saw Chris Brown's picture. Not to defend domestic violence, it's not okay. But I would have loved to have seen what it looked like. It could have been an equal fight because he light skinned. I don't know if he could really throw down like that. And so it would have been nice to be like, damn, Chris Brown fucked up worse. Like who won? You know?
Yeah, I agree. Especially in this day and age. If that happened in 2025, I bet we get the pictures, right? It'd be like women equal, equality, all that kind of stuff. Maybe she beat his ass.
Yeah, I mean, they should do like just a celebrity like pre
Ooh,
Jake Paul match.
I was
Just
about to
pre
say
Jake
that.
Paul, just let like Rihanna and Chris duke it out. Like maybe tie one of his arms so it could be a little bit more
Yeah,
fair.
like her and a security guard, or her and one of her friends, just get 2-on-1. I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
You ever see those? All right, we're going off topic, and I just wanted
that's
to
fine.
talk to you. I've been
Yeah,
here.
I'm
You
happy.
ever see those random like Russian MMA videos where it's like three little
Yes.
small guys and one dude just fucking them up, and they're just like, I want to go visit one of those matches. That's the kind of world that I want to live in. Something that's like, I don't know, the odds have changed. Like just
Mhm.
imagine like five women versus like one like
I,
like welterweight. Just see
I,
what happens.
I saw the same like that same video you're talking about. It was a bigger dude, like not a super wrecker, but he was an MMA fighter against three women, and like they're like decent fighters or something. And oh my, it was hard to watch. Like he was
It was
just,
fucking.
oh my god. Even like when he just knocked one out, dude, come at him, he'd hit another one. It was rough. I watched it
I'm
all though, but
I'm still at the phase of my life where I still can't enjoy women getting punched hard. Like not even the women versus
no.
women. Like what was the fight right before Jake Paul where them girls
Oh
was going
yeah.
at it. Them bitches hated each other. And I was like, I don't like this.
Mm.
I just feel like I don't want to see women getting fucked up.
And
It's
there was
not my it's not
the
my
one lady in one of the recent MMA, her like lip was split, like up to her nose. That was gross.
yeah,
Oh, that's rough.
definitely,
Um,
man.
well, we'll save movies for later, but I gotta ask, where do you stand on the Mahomes, the NFL's fix topic?
I think that anytime you're at the top of the food ladder, people find a way to help you.
Thank you.
No, I will say I'm actually rooting for him. I already wore a Chiefs hat, and I thought about it, man. And
Oh,
it's slightly, yeah. I just got a feeling they're going to give Josh Allen the MVP this year, even though I think he was subpar. I don't think he was that good. This Lamar Jackson rightfully owns it, but seeing the fact that what's going on with Trump and Elon Musk, I feel like it's the year of the white man.
hmm.
And they're
Okay.
going to play country music all through the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. They're gonna put out country. Next year, it's Kendrick Lamar this year. Next year, it's going to be like Post Malone or something at the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm rooting for the Chiefs to beat the Bills. Not also because if you can go back on this tape, I thought the Bills would be terrible this year, and I can't have them go to the Super Bowl after me saying that. I know you got a ticket with the Bills to win the Super Bowl, right?
I got one. Yeah, but I won
Yeah.
with the Chiefs last year and the year before. I keep rolling it over after I collect that money. So I've got Chiefs right out the gate, but then I did like a little Bills parlay at the end to win as well.
All right. Well, then in that case, I'm hoping that the Washington Commanders win because I know you don't have a ticket on them,
Hell
and I don't
no.
want you to. I don't want you to win your money gambling because it's an addictive topic that people start getting on more. So I just want you to lose. Like the same thing. Like I hope my daughter one day she goes to Vegas. I know she's gonna go, and I just hope that she gets like destroyed in Vegas. I hope she loses all the money, doesn't win a hand of blackjack, so that she's like, this gambling shit sucks, and then she just never does it, and she just reads books while everybody else is sports betting. Side note,
That's a
you
good
can
idea.
sports bet. They're saying you can sports bet on planes now.
Oh,
I needed that. One time I had a bet in and I was watching the game on a plane and the bet, I was like the last leg of a 14 parlay. I was about to win big. And the team I had was up by like 21. Syracuse versus Georgia Tech. And as I'm watching the game, they just start coming back. And I could have hedged. I could have hedged if I wasn't on this plane, man. And so, yeah.
I feel like that's when those are always intense gamblers when they say team names like Syracuse and Georgia Tech. Like, was it football?
Nah,
Was it basketball?
intense gamblers are like the Shanghai Knights versus
Yeah,
Gamzu Shakawas.
yeah.
No, I'm naming actual teams that people bet on.
All right.
I'll tell you the lowest moment of gambling, and this is more comical. I knew that it was to a point of problem for me when I was putting money on the WNBA All Star game. Because there's no way you know what's going to happen in the WNBA All Star game. That is you just excited for risk. Because there is no way to handicap a WNBA All Star game.
That has to be so hard to watch this, them like bricking layups off the window and missing layups. And you're like, no, I need
Jesus.
2 more points. Just to no. And then they miss again, then they miss again.
Oh, shit. You can't say that, Fraser. There must be no women that are watching this podcast, man. This
I
is the
doubt
kind
it.
of shit they're going to come back in 30 years and be like, look at this guy's opinion. I enjoy women's basketball first and foremost. All right,
Ooh.
women are 50% of the population. Don't isolate them. They can enjoy sports just like you can. Okay.
How many games have you watched in the past year of WNBA?
I mean, as a gambling fan, I'm to be honest with you. And you're right. What you said is not wrong. You're like, you can't make a layup? What is going on? If there's any form of sexism, it's with somebody who has money on the WNBA game. That's what you'd be like, this bitch is terrible.
You're like a racist watching an NBA game who bets on it.
Oh,
Just
that's exactly what happens. I'm telling you right now. The N word has been used more because of sports betting legalization. I guarantee you that.
There's some guy who just bets at home, but then he goes out in public one time. He's like, "Oh," and he looks around, like, "Oh God, what did I do?"
You want to know what the wildest thing I think to me about betting right now is DraftKings commercials right now. DraftKings literally has LeBron James in like every commercial. And it's just like, wow, it's just like, that's the biggest fix ever. And it's like, yeah, bet on the guy in the commercial and I bet you win your money. Let's see if that happens.
That's why it's so odd. Like people are on the Mahomes, the game is fixed, which I just think there's been the odd call here that's been not great, but every game there's bad calls for the most part. But it's like FanDuel is like $1 billion company and they're sponsoring the NFL. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like you said, it's a little bit interesting how a betting company and right now, 79% of the money, the spread money, is on the Bills. So I mean, if FanDuel is sponsoring the NFL and the NFL has a fix-in to make money, then you think the Chiefs are going to win and cover that 2 points.
Yeah, they will. They will. Also, you ever notice like, all right, this is the weirdest thing ever, right? FanDuel is probably out of all the sports books I lost money to, FanDuel is the one I lost the most to. And in a weird way, when I see them, it feels like that's my money. That's my money. That's my commercial, man. And I should feel like somebody with stock, right? Somebody like, oh, I got stock in Apple. You know, that's great. But I'm like, God damn you, FanDuel.
That would be nice if you just like any money you lose, you get to put that in some sort of like, I don't know. Like if you lose so much, like Pepsi points. Like you buy Pepsi points. Like, I have so many FanDuel points, I get to be in the commercial after I lose 200 grand.
I lost so much money on FanDuel, they would give me courtside tickets to the Suns game.
That's good then. So then you got the Pepsi points. Perfect.
Yeah.
Full circle.
That was fun. That was real fun. I remember I was there. You ever been like, I was talking to like, who was it? Kate Cunningham. He was having a conversation. He turned back and talked to me. I was being funny. You ever sat courtside at a basketball game?
One time. It was like a bucket list.
Let's go to a WNBA game and sit courtside. Those tickets are like $200.
Yeah, that's a good look. Caitlin Clark games gotta be more expensive. I would say Caitlin Clark, but those tickets will be way more expensive.
Bro, I sat in the nosebleeds in the Staples Center when Caitlin Clark came to LA. And those tickets were like $65. It was nuts. She's literally a walking meal ticket, bro.
Yeah, I wonder how what's the white dude from Duke, Cooper Flagg, how he's gonna do in the NBA. I feel like
I think she's carrying weight because she's revolutionized basketball, and she's kind of like, I mean, in a weird way, she looked like you.
Like whitish?
Just like body wise, like if you took you and you put you with long hair, shaved your beard, and put you as a stunt double.
Oh yeah, she's not like ripped. She's just like a regular sized human being.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna get bad, but we're here. Would you smash?
If I was single, so that's a good question just in general. Like, how famous does a woman have to be to do like, unattractive, but she's famous? You know what I'm saying? Like women sleep with famous guys who aren't maybe that attractive, like Jay-Z.
Would you smash Oprah?
See, like this is great. Probably not, but maybe you have to say it so you can say you did it.
Damn. Would you put work in, or would you just try to like get it over with?
Probably just try and get it over with. Are we talking like
You
90s
got
Oprah or like
you
now
got to
Oprah?
think about it like this. That's somebody with influence, bro. That's
Yeah.
somebody like if you threw it down on Oprah and she happened to go and review you in a book or just
Mm.
talk about you, like you're imagine the women that line up on like Oprah's stamped approval, like Fraser LeVay is
Well,
throwing it down.
also like I've got like my book, right? My children's book. See it, Learn with Luke on Amazon. But if she was like, "Hey, I think you're cute," blah blah, at a bar, she's like, "Oh, you got a book? You know, I can really help you go places." Hell yeah! If I'm single, I would absolutely do it.
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I got a chance to go to Oprah, I'm going. I'm putting on my best. I'm showering really good. I'm brushing. I'm flossing. I'm doing the foreplay.
Mm.
I'm doing the oral.
Oh,
I'm
oh
doing
my
yeah,
god!
yeah.
I didn't want the
I'm
visual of
holding
that
it.
of Oprah.
I'm thinking about baseball. Thinking about baseball. Thinking about baseball. I promise you. When I'm done, she gonna be asleep. She gonna be knocked out, and I'm gonna walk out going, you know what? I'm a rich man.
Mhm.
It's gonna be the end of a movie when like a happy song plays, like go and tell everybody, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the
um, yeah, I mean,
man.
Caitlin Clark's around that bubble for me. It's like she's not that famous yet. You know, it's just kind of like I don't want to be a Caitlin
uh,
Clark groupie.
I think
Speaking
I
of,
gotta knock it down. All
yeah,
right, go ahead.
well, no, like
We went off the rails. We went off the rails
no,
in
I
this
like it. Well,
podcast.
to bring it back to the Chiefs, like Taylor Swift, like she's
Oh,
so famous. Well, she's at least somewhat attractive. I don't find her super attractive, but she's attractive. Um, but how famous she is, like she's so famous that Jason Kelsey is now like the most famous dude on earth. Not even, and it's only her. It's not her husband. It's like her brother's or her boyfriend's brother.
you
That's
gotta give him
crazy.
some respect. He's also talented. He got
Yeah.
the spotlight got put on him and he was ready to dance. So you
Oh
got to
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure that it's not like it's just like, hey, I was just sitting
Mm,
eating a burger and now everybody's like the burger guy. He's
mm,
like, honestly, I think he's the more charismatic and funnier of the
hmm.
Chelsea brothers.
Yeah. But it's just crazy that now he's got like the biggest podcast on earth. He's in every single damn commercial. He's
Yeah,
everywhere. Just
as
because,
a lineman too, I would say he's arguably the most famous lineman of all time.
yeah. I would say, see, you got a good brother who at least put you on. Like, I wish I had a family member who had like dated someone. Like, I would can my
Hey,
sister date LeBron? That'd be nice.
I'm telling you right now, Taylor Swift was trying to get with Calais. I'm like, Rocio, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I need this.
God.
I need this. I need this. I've been trying to put content out for years and it never sticks. This is what could change my life. I'm sorry.
That's what's so crazy. It's like we're working so hard, and then Jason Kelsey just becomes a billionaire, or like the Hawk
When
Tuah girl just all of a sudden is like a millionaire, and it's like, what the fuck? I gotta
I just
spit on some
I,
meat now.
I gotta just try to you gotta just try to hook your family members up, man, with Taylor Swift, man.
Mm,
You
yeah,
know how
that's
famous Taylor Swift is? I'm gonna tell you this, right? I saw there's one of my good friends I work out. He plays on the Saints, but Colin Sanders,
mm,
funny guy, rapper, really great. He put a commercial on Instagram of him and his brother for like shaving cream, right? And I was like, damn, I said, this man must be really putting his family on. How does his brother get this? And then I realized his brother has like 2 million followers on Instagram. I said, damn, what's his brother do? His
mm.
brother is just one of the top dancers for Taylor Swift.
Oh wow,
Yeah, he's way more famous than his brother that plays on the Saints, and that's because of the Taylor Swift umbrella. So at some point, I got to find a way to get around Taylor Swift.
yeah. Like we even like her truck drivers, she pays them like 100K, so she's
How
doing it
you
everywhere.
right?
Yeah, it was like a news thing where she gave them all like a Christmas bonus of like crazy amounts of money.
Well, she made $1 billion. It was the highest
Mm.
grossing tour of all time. Surprisingly, I don't know if Wikipedia is lying. Beyonce is the only person in all of her time. She has one concert that's on the highest grossing, and that's the Renaissance one. And she's like number 8 of the 2010s, 2020s.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift's concert alone made more money than like 80% of the concerts pre 2010 combined.
yeah, she's insane. And
Crazy.
I don't understand it. I don't understand her, and I don't understand you too because I like a few Taylor Swift songs. I don't like one U2 song, but people love U2. It's I don't
Uh,
get it.
YouTube, remember that time when they just randomly threw their
Yeah,
album on your iPhone? Even who the fuck is this Dancing with the Wolves shit? I ain't order
yeah,
this. This is kind of, and the cover was real kind of suspect. It was like a man hugging another man, and you was
yeah,
like, "Hey, what's going on here?" But
yeah.
then every once in a while you be working out, you don't change your thing, and the next thing you know, damn, this shit kind of go. What's going on? Every breaking wave, and you're like, yo, and I kind of became a U2 fan because of that. They knew what they was doing.
the fact that you know the song and knew the lyrics was very impressive.
You two got slaps, man. And I was
Uh,
watching the Sing 2 with my daughter. You'll get to that age. Sing 2,
mm.
one of the like the Bono is like the main character of Wolf, and he comes with heat. He got heat.
Oh, all right. I like that then. Um, where we at? The Chiefs. We
Oh, I
went
didn't make
all
my
the way back.
prediction. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Pat Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever walk the face of the earth. He probably will be. I guess that obviously when you're at the top, people are going to give you criticism. Yes, he's smart enough to know as a running quarterback, getting hit will get flags. And I guess maybe he should just slide and not try to help his team out. But overall, I think his intelligence level is amazing. I think his athletic ability is amazing. And I feel
mhm,
like he gets a lot of slack because he's a black quarterback. But the truth of the matter is, he's half white. He's married to a white woman. So white people,
mhm.
he's kind of like us. He's 50-50. He's probably 51% white, 50% black based off who he's married to. So, like, at the end of the day, I
Yeah.
feel like let's just embrace him. He's better than Tom Brady. He's going to go way further than Tom Brady. He's going to three-peat this year, which sucks. I root for Jaden Daniels. Pat Mahomes is going to go down as the greatest quarterback of all time.
It's gonna be tough, but I mean, he's on the road. That's crazy that he's just, yeah, just go. I feel bad for Lamar, and I go back to the Chiefs, but like Lamar has to go through Josh Allen. Really, Josh Allen and Lamar. If you're not the first seed, it's like you have to play two brutal games, whether it's the Ravens or the Bills or the Chiefs. Is like thank God the Chiefs made it the first seed, or else who knows? It'd be a toss up for their first game, and it's gonna be a toss up this game. So it's like you kind of are screwed if you're a second or third seed in that conference for the next 10 years.
Is it just me, or do the Chiefs always play the Texans? I don't know why. I've never seen a team play a team more. Texans and the Chiefs
Really?
have been in the playoffs every year, I feel like.
Oh, did they play them last year? I don't remember.
Uh, yeah, because the Texans go every year.
Hmm. All right. What if you have three reasons who you think is going to win the Chiefs Bills game? Three reasons why who's going to win?
All right, the Chiefs are going to win and cover the spread. Sorry. The number one reason is the Chiefs are a better team down the board. If you look at their whole lineup, you would
Mm-hmm.
say they're better defense, better offense, better receivers, better quarterback. Secondly, they're playing at home, which is going to be a huge home field advantage. Don't get me wrong, Bills Mafia is pretty rowdy. It's a good place. They're used to the cold weather, so it's not going to affect them that much. But home field advantage in Arrowhead, or whatever they call the stadium now,
Yeah.
it's, it's a big deal. And then lastly, but not, I just think that they have much more rest. They're coming into this after literally played their game on Christmas Day, and they
Mm-hmm.
played a Texans team that I think was a little bit underwhelming. And then the Bills, meanwhile, I mean, they got some little bit of rest time, but they just came off a game where they probably should have lost. And so,
Mm-hmm.
with that being the case, I just don't think that the Bills have a chance. I mean, yeah, maybe Josh Allen becomes the greatest quarterback of all time and does some crazy shit, but if he doesn't play amazing, like literally best game of his life, they get
Mm-hmm.
blown out.
Yeah, I'll give you my three reasons too. But first, it's weird that the NFL allows this to happen where there's like one team gets a day more rest than the other team. Like, just put both AFC games on Sunday and both NFC games on Saturday. It's not fair. And I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm a Mahomes fan, Texas Tech. It's not fair to the Bills that they get one game, one day less rest. I just don't understand that whatsoever. It's so dumb, especially in the playoffs. Like I get it with the regular season, maybe you can't. Even the regular season, they make sure the last games are always all on Sunday. They don't do Saturday and Monday games and shit. It's just right. I don't know. It just seems weird.
I mean, is it really that big of a difference?
I
If you
think a
that
day's
extra day,
rest.
that extra day is not going to make any major drastic change.
I think
If
so.
your
Like,
show, if your shoulder hurt it on Monday, it's going to hurt on Tuesday. It might not hurt as much, but it's still going to hurt.
especially like at least Buffalo and Baltimore are close, but like maybe if they play down in Houston, it's like you got a whole kind of 3-4 hour travel day back. Then you have to leave from the facility back home. Yeah, it's like a whole day of travel. But my three reasons: one, you said already, which is the rest. I think the rest is huge. Like they said, they haven't played in like 24 days until they played Houston. Like all the starters rested, which is crazy. And the Chiefs D, I think their defense is outrageous. Where the Bills D is mediocre at best. Like the Rams, what hung 700 points on them. Um, the lack of the Bills edge rushers. I just don't think. Like I think Houston's defense is better against the Chiefs than the Bills defense would be better against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Um, so I think without edge rushers, because like the Chiefs tackles aren't that great, especially what's his name, Juwan Johnson,
Yeah.
always false starts, all that kind of stuff. So that was it. And then coaching. I think Andy Reid is the best coach in the league right now. So if it was a tie and then tie goes to the runner, like Andy Reid doesn't make mistakes. I just Everyone else makes mistakes.
Is
He
this me or
doesn't. Knock
you?
on wood.
I think
Oh,
it's
me.
you.
I'm having a lag. Yeah.
Yeah, your
Um.
internet's terrible.
But yeah, so I just think Andy Reid doesn't make mistakes. Other coaches always make dumb mistakes. That's it.
Yeah. Who do you think wins in a fight, Josh Allen or Pat Mahomes?
Josh Allen.
Really?
Josh Allen's like country strong. Mahomes does work out a
Is
lot
he?
though.
I don't know. We should start doing that. I'm gonna start making my predictions on who's quarterback because I think that should be the rule. I think overtime. I think instead of
They fight.
I want the kickers to fight, but the quarterbacks would be cool. But just like, wouldn't it be kind of a cool strategic value if it was like,
Mm.
all right, to settle this overtime instead of a tie, both teams, and then you would have to hire a punter that knew had hands, right? So you had
Hmm.
somebody who could kick a ball, but also had hands. So they go out there and you just see them boys squabble up like an NHL,
I like it
and this, yeah, I'm gonna pitch it to Goodell.
because it's like kicking is just so annoying that's in the game. So it's like now we're actually adding some real value on top of it. I think
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts. You had like the top four. Jalen Hurts kicks everyone's ass. Then everyone Josh Allen. Then Mahomes. Then Jaden Daniels.
yeah, Jaden Daniels too skinny.
Yeah, he's
Virtual
super
reality can't.
skinny.
Virtual reality can't keep you from getting your ass whipped. That's the part
No,
that's.
that's crazy. I know you brought it up last podcast about how Jaden Daniels trains with VR, but he trains at like a 1.75 click. So he's like training like 75% faster than real life, which is crazy. I mean, it's such a great Unreal idea.
It's
It seems to be
it,
working.
it's the future, bro. Like in
Mm.
all honesty, I wonder how good football gets with all this technology advances. But like, imagine being able, like, when the game comes, this is like your fifth time seeing something, so you're like aware of it.
Hmm.
And at the same time, I think more teams should throw in curveballs. They should do more random packages you've never seen, just so they can get them off balance.
And who was it? Was it Teddy Bridgewater or someone was always say they play Madden, which I think makes sense. But you think everyone would play Madden, but it's just so you know every team's kind of basic shit, and it's always updated now, and you're kind of going through your own offense, but you're having a fun time doing it. If that makes sense.
No, I think Madden is very beneficial. Like, I think that's what
Mm.
helped me in my knowledge of sports is that, like, understanding cover threes can't cover four verticals and things like that, where you actually start to
Hmm.
register, like, oh, there's holes in here, so oh, you're running this route, I got to play this defense. Okay, yeah, you keep throwing to the flats, I got to get in cover two.
Mm.
You're a man blitzing because I got to get to you. If I throw too long, your receiver's too fast. And I think those, like, that computerized version of it does give you a grand knowledge of like what
Hmm.
it's like to actually play.
Yeah.
You know what game was the weirdest? You ever remember the game? I'm sorry, I just is in my head. They had a
No.
whole like front office game one time where you were just like a GM, like you didn't get to play any of the games. You
Really?
were just literally it was a full like GM thing.
No, I never saw that. I
Yeah.
would like to though. It's kind of like Sim City, where you built like a whole town. You never actually played with the humans, but you just built a town for the humans to survive. So I get
Hmm.
it. I guess that could be fun. You brought up Jaden Daniels. We'll go to the Eagles Commanders game. Also, I want to say before we get that, I think Saquon Barkley is the best player of the year. I'm just putting
He's
that
an
out there.
MVP or just best player of the year?
Best player. I mean, because we know we can't make a non-quarterback an MVP, but I think so many things. One, he has the play of the year. Two, he's been outrageous. Three, I think he hasn't cared about stats all year. There's the one game where he could have gone for like the single game rushing record. He's like, no, I'll let the kids run. And then when he couldn't set the fake kind of season rushing record, he's like, no, I don't care about that. Like, he just cares about winning, which I think is very refreshing to see that he's like, no, like I'd
Yeah.
rather rest myself. So it's cool to see him really just
Not in the
going after
playoff
it.
game though, he had the anytime touchdown score and he just like took a knee. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
that's a selfless act that I'm sure some gamblers are saying some racial slurs.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I was thinking about how good Barkley's been, and like we've talked about the Giants general manager before, just dropping the ball with him. But it's like think about how upset me and you get when we drop like a player on our fantasy team, like our free agent we didn't pick up, or a trade that we traded away a guy and then went off, and we lose our minds. Can you imagine what he did? Like that's his job, that's his career. Oh my god, I'd be so frustrated every time. Because when you're playing like it's week 16, 15, and a guy that you dropped is going off. You had Puka Nakua, and you're losing your mind. Like I should have him. Fuck this. And he's watching this in the playoffs in real life, being like, "Oh no!" Every time he touches the ball, that's be so sad.
Daniel Jones, man. If I was the GM, I would go fight Daniel Jones, man. I chose you. You did you.
Yeah. Well, then they repaid him again, which is insane. Um,
Yeah.
But
You ever think he must have some information? Like you always hear the thing where it's like you can't get rid of this guy, but must have some information. He
yeah,
had information.
I think so too. There was a commentator forever who also was like a GM for a while. I forget his name. He was a Lions GM for a little bit and used to play, but he was the same kind of person. I'm like, how does this guy keep on getting on TV and jobs? He has to have something on ESPN or I don't know. But
Yeah, the Joy Taylor bomb drop, mic drop, boom.
yeah. Was there ever any fallout from that, or just kind of went away? I didn't see like anything.
I mean, we're bringing it back up, but it's kind of like they haven't addressed it. Nobody did anything. I'm kind
Yeah.
of upset because I should have been more empowered because I would have liked to have knocked that down, man. I'm joking. Really enough, this is the weird how life works in the connecting the dots. Calais is one of Calais' old roommates in Miami.
Hmm.
G was Joy Taylor's ex-husband.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Um, was she an athlete, or did she play at Miami, or just randomly they just
Nah,
met through
you
sports
don't
and
get
her
slapped on the run.
broadcaster?
She's Jason Taylor's little sister, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is this the same? So who's G then? Isn't didn't he play in the NFL? Am I thinking of the
I
right
know
woman?
G was a baseball player. He was cold with baseball.
Wasn't Jason Taylor or someone dating someone's sister or something like that? Or who was that?
Jason
Who am I thinking of?
Jason Taylor married Zach Thomas's sister.
That's what I was thinking of.
Jason Taylor's sister married G, and then they got divorced, and she was sleeping
Okay.
with the head executive at Fox Sports for better positions, and then she decided not to sleep with him, and she slept with Emmanuel Acho. And this is all rumors, allegedly. None of this is
Mm.
facts. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on record, I'll say it, man. I seen her, and I would
Yeah.
have did it too, man. What kind of raise you want? What you? I'm,
I,
I'm joking.
I think like the sexiest woman alive is what's her name on ESPN?
Christine Williamson.
No, she like hosts NBA like all
I
the
know. I'm
NBA.
joking. I'm joking.
Oh,
That Christine Williamson is my ex. Uh,
oh yeah, her. I forgot about her. I met her. She's really nice.
I'm, I kind of in a weird way. I don't want her to be any more famous. I'm kind of like,
Hmm.
do you root for your exes? Are you like one of those supportive people that's
Oh
like,
fuck no.
go take it over, baby. You got this.
Hell no. I don't even like keep in touch with them. But yeah, I would not be at all. But who's the other, who's
Okay.
the host of the NBA? Taylor.
Wait, Taylor Rooks. Taylor
No, no,
Rooks
no.
is she alright. She
No, it's not
alright.
Taylor Rooks. She's always on with with Perk.
Oh, Malika Andrews.
Yeah, sorry, Malik Andrews. Oh my god, she is
Yeah.
stunning. She's my favorite.
I think they need to do more hiring of ugly women in sports, man. Because like since I was young, remember like Erin Andrews was like the hottest woman ever. People were like doing
hmm,
all kinds of wild shit. And like, yeah, all the reporters are fine. I think we need to get a couple
yeah,
big back white women with the
yeah.
microphone interview.
I'm surprised there hasn't been blowback from like the women's side. I mean, like, oh, the only women like with the good jobs are like attractive and blah blah blah. Blah and
I think attractive women are accepted everywhere.
hmm.
They are this
And
gold
like
standard.
Visa. Yeah.
Even women feel more comfortable when there's an attractive woman around. It's like, oh, okay, we're good. Okay. I was worried that there weren't gonna be no pretty women here. You never know, people might start shooting.
um, back to the Commanders game. Who do you think is going to win that? Commanders,
Have you not?
Eagles.
Can you
Three
not tell
reasons.
that I don't want to talk sports at all? Have you not noticed I've been trying
We
to get
got to
off of
talk a
this,
little
man?
sports.
Why?
You're a,
That's
you're a
want to
sports
hang out.
head.
This is that fellas doing, locker room talk. Let's change the name, man.
Locker room talk with
All
Jared and
right.
Frey.
All right, this is where I have to go. I have to go for the Commanders here. I'll be honest with you. Eagles fans are by nature the worst fan base in all of football. We're close to Patriots fans, but Eagle fans take the cake
Mm,
because I just feel like when they're great, they're unbearable, and when they're bad, they're unbearable. Like there's no humility with them two.
mm,
And with that being also the case, Eagles. This is what every time a team wins the Super Bowl, there's a population bust, right? Everybody goes and celebrates, and they have unprotected sex, and they make a bunch of babies, and they
mhm.
breed more of those fans. And so, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, we're going to have more Eagle fans in the future. And I just think with the rise of AI and the potential threats we have, we can't survive as a society with more Eagle fans. It's not quality people. And so I got root for the Commanders. They've never been there before. Magic Johnson's there. He's one of the most charismatic people, and I just waiting for that meme of what happens when they win the Super Bowl. And it's Magic Johnson just, doing his little. I'm not gonna be there. so, and so yeah, let's go. Jaden Daniels, let's make history. What I thought was interesting, Lamar Jackson won the MVP last year, and his stats are eerie similar, if not a little bit worse than Jaden Daniels' rookie season. And with that being the case, you kind of go like, damn, if Jaden wins the championship as a rookie, like
Oh yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, Jaden's been on fire. That was my biggest miss the entire season was on Jaden Daniels. He's been outrageous. I think he's gonna be the face of the NFL. I was saying it with Blaze because I think he's very trendy. Like he does TikTok dances when he scores a touchdown. He's very just in tune with. I mean, I guess he is fucking young, but I like that he's charismatic. He's like got a giant, great smile. He's got nice jewelry. He says all the right things.
You can't keep that up forever though. Like that's I remember Odell Beckham in his first like 3 years in the NFL, and everyone's like, he's the greatest. He dances, he does interviews, he's so
Yeah.
handsome. And then now he's like an enemy. He's a villain. I feel like it's hard to keep a painted smile on your face for NFL. Eventually, you got to be Kanye West. Get them fucking cameras off me. And that's what I think. I give it 2 to 3 years before people are like, Jaden Daniels an asshole.
It's kind of like Mahomes, where like everyone liked Mahomes and the Chiefs, and they loved watching him, and now it's just kind of like it's starting to turn, right? Like kind of like the Patriots. It was Brady was the underdog. Oh yeah, and then all of a sudden it starts to turn where now people are starting to hate on them, and you can only be the hero for so long.
That's the rule. This is what you got to do. If you ever get really famous, Fraser, I'm gonna tell you this. I think
Mm.
Jay-Z is the one that kind of brings it to my attention. Once a lot of people start liking you, get really famous, you got to do something very controversial. All right, you have to
Mm.
do something that makes people hate you, because people need someone to argue with. And if they have no one to argue with, then they all start to dislike you. So that's what I'm telling you. If you ever get to a point where people will love you and you're the greatest person ever, all the women love you, all the men love you, I want you to go, from my heart, I love you. And then people, and then people who love you will have someone to argue with. So yeah,
I like it. But yeah, the tide's turning on Mahomes. So I feel on the Lamar side, you're a big Lamar apologist.
Lamar's the great. He's arguably no one's ever done what Lamar did for football. Lamar is
Yeah.
literally destroying. Lamar is literally Peyton Manning and Michael Vick mixed into one. His stats are unbearable. He had what, 4 interceptions the
Mm.
whole year? I guess five when you had the playoff one. He
Hmm.
had 43, 44 touchdowns thrown. Like, I mean, he's just unreal.
He
He's
is.
so good. He's the best running back on the team. This is the thing. People give like, oh, he has Derrick Henry. That's why he's doing so well. He was doing that before Derrick Henry. And
Mhm.
why all of a sudden does Derrick Henry have his best season at 30 years old when Lamar's on his team? I think that's a product of how good Lamar is. So yeah, Lamar,
Yeah.
I would say arguably Pat Mahomes is going to go down as the greatest quarterback ever. And the
Mm.
rivalry between Lamar and Pat Mahomes may be the next Jordan LeBron debate. Because like eventually Lamar's gonna win, but like every one of those games is so good that it's like
Mhm.
unbearable. And so yeah, I kind of feel like the NFL robbed us by cheating us, or Mark Andrews paying off a gambling debt by dropping those balls from what arguably could have been the best game of football. Like the Chiefs Ravens for the Super Bowl, like every game they played is great. Nobody wants to see Josh. I mean, they had one game that with 13 seconds, nobody played defense. The Josh Allen's offense is not fun to watch. It's not a fun offense to watch. He just runs on fourth down every time and then takes a knee.
I think it's maybe not equally as fun, but it's right there. I love Lamar Jackson. That was hard not to like him. I
And he
wish.
has a grill. He has a fucking grill. He's
That's true.
unapologetically black. He's like, fuck all that code switching. My mama's my agent. I fucking got a grill. I ain't saying all these words you want me to say. He's just unapologetically him. The
Mhm.
authenticity of him alone should be great. Pat Mahomes has this fucking Kermit the Frog voice. Josh
Mhm.
Allen is one of those guys. Like in a weird way, Josh Allen looks like, he looks, I can't say what I'm going to say. I'm going to say something that I actually hold myself back. And this podcast is one of the podcasts you can say everything. But he definitely looks like there's some women out there that had some questionable nights with him. That's what he looks like. I'm not saying he's ever did anything, but just based off his look, you know that guy's been drinking some beers and there's some women be like, I don't know what happened.
Like Ben Roethlisberger ish.
Yes, yes. It looks like a PBR guy.
Yeah, that's like a PBR guy. Yeah, I wish we could take Josh Allen or Lamar and put him in the NFC because I feel bad for Lamar because he has to go up against the Tom Brady of our era every single year. So it's like if he's on the NFC, he could have been to what, maybe 3 or 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, even playing Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels and
Mm.
Jalen Hurts. He's playing against the top quarterbacks every week. I mean, even the Steelers, even though they blew them out, the Steelers, I think, would have easily ran the table in the NFC.
Yeah, where it's like it's obviously not like Jordan, but hey, same thing. I guess who would be up against Jordan? Like the Jazz always playing Jordan. Or, no, never mind. The Jazz would be on the other side, right?
No,
Whoever it was.
Jordan played the Pistons for like the first 5 seasons of his
Mm.
career, and they were the best team ever, and so he never
Mm.
beat them. And maybe he
Yeah.
still goes down as Jordan. Maybe Lamar goes undefeated in Super Bowls. And Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't go undefeated. He lost to the Giants. Pat Mahomes hasn't been undefeated. He lost to the Bucks. And so
Hmm.
Lamar might actually be the person that goes to the Super Bowl 6 times and wins 6 times consecutive. Still
It's
in the
also
books. He's 28.
it's also fucking crazy that 30 teams like passed on Lamar. They're like, ah, nah, we're good. We're gonna give Kirk Cousins. Like the Falcons are like, no, we don't want Lamar for whatever we want to pay him. We want Kirk Cousins for 127 guaranteed.
I was just talking about this with Calais. This is the most heartbreaking thing ever. Lamar Jackson had been one of the most electrifying college players. He was in the draft room. And the Jaguars that year went all the way with Blake Bortles to the AFC Championship. They lost, and everyone in the mama knows they need a quarterback. They know Blake Bortles isn't the future. They need a
Mm.
quarterback. Lamar Jackson falls toward a point the Jaguars can draft him for basically nothing. And these guys picked Tavin Bryan. I don't know if Tampa
Mm.
Ross is this, but that might be the worst drop of the ball of all time for them to get a D tackle that's maybe a rotational guy right now at this point. When you had one of the best D lines already in football, and you pass up
Mm.
on a generational talent like Lamar Jackson with Blake Bortles behind him. Like I'm just, and so yeah, at this point the Jaguars, the whole world would have been different. Saxonville would have stayed around. Jaguars aren't a dynasty if they draft Lamar Jackson.
Saxonville. I forgot about Saxonville.
Saxonville was one of the best defenses of all time, bro.
Oh, there was a time. I'm trying to pull up this because we're talking about shitty quarterbacks. So it's like everyone passed on Lamar when they could have just signed him. But I think the 8 highest paid quarterbacks right now are out of the playoffs and are just like trash. I found it. Highest paid: Dak Prescott. Joe Burrow is the only one on this list I'll give like a higher level grade to. Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert maybe too, but it just shows you like you can't pay a mediocre quarterback and survive. Like, and this is why like there's just, oh, who's next to get paid? All right, here's $50 million. Here's $50 million, but it just ruins your franchise. But and meanwhile they're not paying Lamar Jackson, which is just insane.
Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa is one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, and I just
It's
don't
brutal.
understand it. Yeah.
I've said it for years.
All
And even
right.
like
So
Jared Goff.
my predictions, and this is what I'm going with because I'm
Ooh.
getting tired of this interview. I'm getting tired of it. To be honest with you, I'm gonna get off pretty soon. Uh, Chiefs win by 7. Eagles are winning. They blow the lead. Jaden Daniels comes back, and the Commanders go to the Super Bowl for the first time in pretty much forever. In the first year since Dan Snyder sold the team, which is going to be a big deal. And the Super Bowl, the Chiefs three-peat.
Ooh. I'm gonna think the Eagles are gonna win their game. I think they have a better D. 3 reasons why the Eagles will win. Better defense. I think the Cinderella slipper might finally fall off with Jaden Daniels, although I've said that every game and he just keeps on being the best player in the world. I also think the Eagles will pass more. Like their pass game has been trash. Everyone knows that. I think the Washington defense isn't that good, and they're going to load up to stop Barkley, and hopefully some good chess is played by Philadelphia, and they start passing the ball a little bit more because they have like 3 elite receiving weapons. So
Yeah, but Marshawn Lattimore is locked down, baby.
yeah, that's true. Um, do they still like? Ah, never mind. I was gonna say like,
My my headphones died. We got to wrap this thing up,
your
man. I'm
headphones
sorry.
died. You
Yeah,
liar.
is there anything else you wanted?
I want to talk about the draft. Your boy Cam Ward's in the draft. He's supposed to be number 1.
The draft, we have. If we're going to do this podcast, we got 57 times before we have to talk about the draft.
All right. Well, I want
Are we meeting next week?
basketball updates, college football recap.
Hey, in hindsight, I don't consent to releasing any of this interview, so don't put it out because I said some wild shit in here, man. Uh, my computer's gonna die. I have to get ready for a flight. I'm sorry, I lost track of time having so much fun with you.
Oh well,
I love you.
you could have said that
I love
instead
you,
of I want
Fraser.
off this interview. I'm not having a good time, you asshole.
I'm publicly saying I love you, and
All
you
right, I
won't
love you
respond to
too.
it.
I love you too.
Now people are gonna think we're gay. So could you say that in like a friendly way?
I love you.
That's
Home Alone.
even more emphasis. You got to do
That's Home
like
Alone.
love. You got to say love with less. Like you got to take it to like a lower syllable. It's like LUV instead of LOVE.
Love you. How's
That's
that?
even gay. I'm sorry. All right, brother. I gotta go.
All
Thank
right.
you guys for watching. Jared
All
Quay.
right. Right.
Bye.